So one of the most insane bugs of all time, the total transformation bug, was just discovered in BTD6, and I just spent 9 hours straight live testing everything to bring you the full guide. Here we go. You place down a total transformation alchemist and then any 5 towers that the alchemist can transform, but the dart monkey will be best as this one will yield the coolest results. Then after that you use the transformation ability for the first time, wait until it's finished and then use it again right away. Then during the second transformation ability you place down as many towers as you can of the tower that you want to link the dart monkey to. Once the transformation is over, it's time to check if we got any connections. You do this by clicking or holding down on the 5 dart monkeys and seeing if any other tower gets the white outline as if it was selected. As you can see here, if I select this dart monkey, I also get the white outline on this other tower. So now we can sell all the other towers that are not connected to anything and move things around to make us see it all more clearly. Now if we get a new dart monkey and upgrade it to the Super Monkey Fan Club and use the ability, it will also transform the tower that is linked to the dart monkey that we are transforming, making it shoot its own projectiles but at the speed of a transformed dart monkey. If we make it a Plasma Monkey Fan Club, the interaction will be a bit different for different towers, but there can be some pretty funny things happening. But for the most part, the projectiles will become made out of plasma and will shoot even faster. And you can actually get both the Super and the Plasma Monkey Fan Club and use them at the same time to make them stack for insane amounts of damage if used on the correct towers. To make them stack, make sure that you use the Super Monkey Fan Club ability first and then right after that use the Plasma Monkey Fan Club so that they are both active at the same time. The transformed linked tower may look like it's only transformed into the Super Monkey instead of the Plasma Monkey, but don't worry, you can notice from the projectiles that they have turned into plasma, and then you know that the abilities are stacking. As mentioned, you need to use the ability a second time quickly after the first one expires, so in Sandbox you can use the refresh button to remove the ability cooldowns, in the challenge editor you can turn down the ability cooldown rate, and in a normal game you can use Geraldo's Rejuve potion, or you can actually replace the second total transformation ability with a fan club ability instead. After the first total transformation ends, quickly use a fan club ability and then do the same thing as before. This will allow you to do the bug in a normal game without needing any ability refreshes. If you upgrade the base tower, it will look like the linked tower is also getting upgraded, but it's not, it's simply a visual bug. That is, unless you have your base tower connected to a Sun Temple or True Sun God / VTSG. In that case, each upgrade on the base tower will cause the linked temple to get more and more extreme versions of the sacrifices given to it. If you give no sacrifices to the temple, it seems to do nothing when you upgrade the base tower. Give it primary sacrifices, and upgrading the base tower will give the temple more and more of the primary category's properties, more damage and attack speed. Give it military and it will gain pierce and make the projectiles enormous. Give it magic and it will gain a lot more mini-sun avatars. Support does not seem to be affecting the surrounding towers in any enhanced way, but since the support sacrifice does give a bit more range to the temple itself, it will gain a lot of extra range. And you can take this to the super extreme levels with chain linking. Get a base tower linked to another one as per usual, then use the transformation ability again and place even more towers. If you are lucky, you will get the linked tower linked to another one, so you can do chains of links. Then you can finish the chain by linking the last monkey in the chain to a super monkey and then make it into a temple, and now every upgrade on any of the towers in the chain will make the temple stronger, but beware as this is so insane that the lag will probably crash your game if you take it too far. Note that it doesn't matter if you use a dart monkey, a ninja, an alch, or whatever as the base tower that is linked to the temple. The upgrades on the base tower seems to affect the temple in the same way no matter what, so you can't use something like a ninja and give it upgrades to make every temple attack seeking, for example. That does not work. Something very similar to chain links are multi-linked towers. A base tower that is chain linked will highlight every tower down in the chain, but you can also get one tower with 2 separate links, and this will probably happen to you if you're trying to make a chain link, which can cause some confusion. One time I actually got a multi-linked tower without even trying to create any chain links, so I got it on accident on my very first transformation, but having this happen is super rare. We got one link to 2 towers. That never happened to me before. One of them is linked to 2 at the same time. That's never happened to me before. Just straight out of it, you know, no creating chains, it just happened. As to what you can use the multi-link towers for, I'm not sure yet. I don't think it can be used for anything that can't be done using chain linking. You can create links to any tower, but some will cause you to crash unless you do it in a very specific way. For example, if you create a link to a beast handler, you cannot click the base tower that is linked to it whatsoever. If you click the dart monkey, you will crash the game. So to check if you have any links, you can either hold down the mouse button and hover over the base towers without releasing it and look for any white outlines. Or you can also get a fan club and just use the ability to check if any beast handlers gets transformed. But then you won't know which base tower the tower is linked to, so I would go with the first method. But I don't know if the first method works on mobile since I only play on PC, so that's why I mentioned the alternative. Next up, ninjas, snipers and helis caused me to crash when using the fan club abilities if I had more than one tower linked at the same time. Only having one at a time fixed the problem, but it doesn't seem to be consistent, as when I tried it again off stream I was fine doing multiple at once. This trick works on every tower in the game, including heroes and paragons. For Paragons, you simply upgrade the linked tower into a Paragon, but it's not very interesting, as using the abilities does not make the Paragon stronger, and upgrading the base tower does not affect the DPS either. But two cool things that does happen is this. Upgrade the base tower and it will recreate the Paragon, and it will count the pops that the Paragon itself got into the calculation, so it will create the Paragon with a new degree that is much higher. If you upgrade the base tower 2 times or more really fast, the Paragon creation animation will get stuck on the screen. You can sell everything and the animation will stay on the screen no matter what, and it looks pretty sweet. For heroes, what you can do is place down the hero during the transformation as per usual, and then check for any links. If you don't have any, sell and rebuy the hero as fast as you can again and again and again until you have a link. Upgrading the base tower linked to the hero will play the hero's level up animation, but it doesn't actually give it any levels. Again, it's just a visual bug like with the other towers, and neither does it give it any increased DPS in any other way. It's still just the temples that can do that. But just like with the normal towers, using the transformation abilities works in the same way, and it will cause your heroes to do some pretty crazy damage and sometimes create some cool visual bugs. Next up is ghost links. This seems to be much rarer than a normal link, and here's what we know so far. Some towers have multiple parts to them, such as the heli that has the platform and the helicopter itself, or Churchill that has the lower and upper part of the tank. A real link will give a white outline around both parts as it normally would on the tower. Meanwhile, a ghost link will only highlight the secondary part. For the heli, that would be the helicopter, and for Churchill, that would be the top part of the tank. Upgrading the base tower with a ghost link does not play the upgrade animation for the linked tower, further signifying that the link is not real. If you sell the real linked base tower, the linked tower will get sold as well, but if you sell the ghost linked base tower, the other tower will not get sold. But be careful, as selling ghost linked base towers often leads to the game crashing, but sometimes if you're lucky it doesn't. Also, sometimes selling the ghost linked tower will sell the part of the tower that it is linked to. Here I managed to link one of Geraldo's shooty turrets, and I have a real link and a ghost link. When I sold the ghost link, the top part of the turret got sold, but not the bottom one, so it could no longer attack. If I used an ability, then the secondary part would come back permanently. And here is where it will get even more complicated. You can get ghost links on towers that do not have more than one part. Here I got a ghost link to Sada, and as you can see I got no white outline on her whatsoever with this dart monkey selected, but I can see that I can use her ability while having this one selected. This means that we can have a ghost link on a tower with no secondary parts. If this tower were to be one with no abilities, there would be no way of knowing if a ghost link even exists. And since there is a chance of crashing when selling a ghost link, that means that selling any of the base towers used for the trick could lead to a crash. But yet again, ghost links are more rare than normal ones, and also they don't crash you every time you sell them, so most often you will be fine selling the towers you do not need. So now for some common questions. 1. Can this be done outside of Sandbox? Yes, it seems to work in both normal games, sandbox, challenge editor, and bosses, so everywhere. Number 2, can I get flagged for using this? I don't think so, but it's at your own risk. Using the bug for fun on your own shouldn't get you in any trouble, but of course do not use it in ranked boss events, then you can probably get flagged. Number 3, does this work on mobile? From what I heard, yes, but I've also heard that it is harder to do. And also note that whether or not you're on mobile or PC, it is harder to do outside of Sandbox for some reason. In the challenge editor, it seems to be much more rare to get a connection compared to Sandbox, which is really strange. Number 4, can I use the bug with a tier 4 middle path alchemist and use that ability on a linked tower instead? No, you cannot. You can link an alchemist and then upgrade it to tier 4, but the ability will not affect the tower that you linked it to. It will just make it stop attacking altogether. Number 5, do I need any monkey knowledge? No, I tried it with and without and it seems to work fine either way. Number 6, does the links stay if I exit to the home screen? No, they do not. It doesn't seem like you can save the links in any way. So how does this trick actually work? Why does it happen? The best theory I heard during my livestream was that when the base towers are transformed by the total transformation, it frees up the original tower's tower ID, so when you place down other towers, one of them may end up having the same ID as the transformed tower has and will get back once it comes out of the transformation. But then a player named Minecool showed that the IDs are not the same. In fact, nothing seems to be weird regarding the tower IDs whatsoever. But nothing is for sure and many things are still unclear. For example, why do you need the transformation ability twice for the bug to work? And what exactly are these ghost links? Keep in mind that all this information is super fresh and may include some incorrect or incomplete statements. Also, some things seems to be inconsistent. For example, in the beginning of the tutorial I told you that you need to use the second ability quickly after the first one. Some players manage to do it simply by waiting for the ability to come off cooldown again. Meanwhile for others, me included, that's just impossible. If you know anything more about the bug, please do comment below and help upvote other comments. As soon as I learned about this bug, I made a video about it as fast as I could and then proceeded to livestream for 9 hours straight to 6 AM without even stopping to eat anything, to grind through everything this bug had to offer and do every testing on every single tier 5 tower, hero and paragon. And as soon as I finish uploading this tutorial, I will start cutting out clips from my livestream and make a video showcasing every single transformed bug tower so that you don't have to spend 9 hours checking everything out yourself, unless that is what you want to do, of course. And I may also make a video showing all of the other cool things that you can do with the bug. Leave a like if you found the video interesting or if it helped you out, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the video showcasing every single bugged tower coming out very soon. Thank you all for watching and I will see you in the next one.